Carl, are we witnessing the dying throes of training camp here in Buffalo? Or in Rochester for Buffalo?
Yeah, it sure seems that way. Every year it seems to be diminished a little more. The last couple of years there hasn't been a night practice. A lot of people spend a lot of money to sponsor the camp, bring clients out. Sean McDermott does not care about the marketing aspect of the Buffalo Bills. His ideology is that if they win, people will come. And he doesn't care that the fans may be unhappy. You, Duffy, you go out there every day. It is not a fan-friendly experience now. It hasn't been since McDermott has been there. They practice almost as much on the backfield where there's incredibly limited seating. They never use the turf field where there's the most seating. No night practices. Every year it gets diminished. But I got to point out, the Carolina practices, that took away from this year's schedule as well.
Well, but I think it's less the Bills and more the NFL. Like 20 years ago when they show up in Rochester, right? The NFL needed training camp, and every year before that to prep fans for the season. And think about the names that used to sponsor training camp in Rochester. Your Kodaks, your Bausch and Lombs. Well, those businesses don't really exist anymore. There's not money to be made in the Rochester market. In the 20 years that they've been here, the NFL has become a year-round experience, so you don't need training camp to get fans excited to do this anymore. It was about money. And listen, it sucks. You know, I like taking my kids. I would go out to Fredonia with my dad when I was a kid when they were out in Dunkirk there. Yes, it sucks that they're probably going to be gone in the next couple of years, but I don't know how upset you can be after you got 2 decades of the team being in your backyard.
You know, the whole idea of taking the team and getting it away to prepare it, is that valid?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I love going away. I still go away with our high school team. I think there's a team bonding that you just can't replicate when you're in your backyard. You know, so I definitely think there is. And I think there's a feeling of us versus the world a little bit. You know, you're in a secluded little thing, and that's all you're focused on. So I think there is value to it.
How do you watch training camp? You go there, and you know, for somebody who's like begins to get panicky and says, "I got to get down there and see him because they might not be here much longer." What do you do? How do you go about it? Where do you maximize that experience?
For me, I try to get out there every day and just walk around and watch and listen and observe, because you'll catch certain things, interactions, players, coaches, positive, negative. You see body language. You can see those things. You can learn a lot if you just watch, and it's great. And if you're a fan, there's not a better autograph opportunity, a meet and greet opportunity than training camp.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're talking like a pure X's and O's standpoint, you're going to see the most, at least that you can use on a moving forward, from your defensive backs and your linebackers. Like those 7-on-7 drills are the things that matter, minus what the quarterback's doing, because they're working on things every day. Your offensive linemen aren't going to go live like they would in a game. Your running backs are not going to sacrifice their bodies in training camp. Those are what you need to watch to see how the team is doing well. If your defensive backs and linebackers are doing well, you're going to be okay. If not, you got some problems. And the fact that Nate Peterman looked as good as he did in camp last year was less a Nate Peterman is good and more a holy crap, our defensive 7 on the back end not going to be so good.
That's a good place to end this discussion.